space where we are is, it's a time of almost great silence. It's a time of witnessing. It's a time of just before the total rebirth of something. It's a time where your guides and some of the masters you've been probably working with may shift as you shift. It seems to be a big time of having a second thought before you do something, and pay attention to what you're doing, and recognizing that you each moment to create a right relationship, and the most important relationship is you with yourself, and that has to be absolutely, I would almost say, disciplined and devoted, and with great discernment and detachment to all things that are outside, except coming from the highest point of your inner guidance system, and recognizing we're here to assist others, support others, but in the right form and in the right manner. We can't do it for them. And sometimes if we give others space that we think we're trying to help all the time, and we step back in silence and listen, they move forward and begin to take another step up. And they begin to glow because we have a light. We have an amazing light. And that light goes out to others, and in our silence gives them space and ourselves space to create greater light for ourselves and others. So in this time, we might as well start by just relaxing and moving into a space. If you need some water, please take some. The energies are very, very different at this moment. A lot of people are seeking their own physical island. That would be the politicos and the presidents and things like this. And whatever is around us happening, we have to realize that it is only a reflection of what we ourselves, our spirit, is also searching for. Our own island of being light, of being present, a light force. So as you begin to relax and find yourself in a space comfortable and beginning to surrender, we're going to ask that this is going to be first a deep, deep detox, because we have to remember that we are always in the physical body. And this physical body now is surrounded and taking on toxins of every day. And part of our journey is to recognize the journey on the physical plane, to detox our bodies as we would a shower or washing our face, brushing our teeth. So as you relax, feel your body, sense your physical body. This body is asking for something different from you, perhaps different foods, because your body is only a vehicle. Your mind and your spirit are here using your body. Your body has different needs. It is integration that you are now looking at, the integration of the past that you can let go. So begin to relax deeper and deeper and find yourself in the middle of a pine forest. Find a spot or just walk in this forest. And we ask you to remember that the physical body is not only physical at the tangible, visible sense that you can see, but at the deeper quantum level. And we want you now to perceive the biophotons that surround your energy cells and your skin and your organs. This is a subatomic level of light energy connected to source. Your body is totally source connected within the physical frame and externally, if you can now feel the energy fields around you. The light body of emotional, astral, mental, causal, spiritual bodies are all part of your source light energy connected to source, your essential self and soul. As you breathe in the pine needles and the pine frequency into your body, this frequency will help you detox along with the Sophia light matrix cortex, along with the feminine and masculine energy of your biophotons, which are just pure energy light. We are asking that all the toxins from the agendas that have played out around you start to be cleared now at the deepest level of your body. Along with this, we ask that the threads that you are holding from trauma of early childhood that you engage in subconsciously without even recognizing, your body reacts. We no longer need this reaction in your body. So begin to feel from your crown, from your nervous system, into your heart and lungs. Begin to feel these light threads being pulled out of you. Begin to feel them being pulled away at the deepest level of your body being. You no longer need these. These are here to unwind and be released where you no longer are connected to them anymore. Deeper and deeper, you will feel the energy. And as you move through this pine forest, you come across another forest and garden that holds the fennel plant and the fennel energy. And you can feel that energy flowing into your body deeply, merging with the pine seeds and energy field, clearing out all the bacteria, all the virus, all the pathogens, anything that is no longer wanted in your body that you have put in recently is being released. You look over around you and you see star aniseed plant. And you breathe in and you breathe that frequency into your energy fields and into your biophoton energy and the quantum light particles that you carry. And it moves down into your electrical and nervous system, into your blood, into the nerves of your body, into the cells of your body, clearing, transforming, and healing all that was put in before this moment. You will no longer see and feel the same way. You are being asked to stand in your glorious light body, free except for unconditional love and compassion. You look around you and you see the Schisandra plant and the beautiful bright red berries. This plant has healing properties for you. And you take in the energy of this plant and breathe it in. We are asking that you visit these plants on a daily basis, either in the actual physical realm, making teas, or in the high frequency of soul source connection, divine energy, quantum healing that you now possess. As you breathe them in and out, you begin to feel the raindrops of pure water, oxygenated, ozonated, flowing down from the skies around you and into your body, and revitalizing the pores, refreshing the water in your body. And as you feel this flowing through your body, flowing out of your body, down onto the earth plane, and into the oceans, into the streams, down into the grass, into the earth, into the air. It flows down through the electrical magnetic energy field and the biophoton light energy force that is now surrounding the planet. You breathe it in and you breathe it out and you relax. You relax deeper and deeper. And you're breathing in new energy now into your body. You can feel it going in. It is beginning to tingle through your body, through your entire energy field, deepest part of your cellular membrane, transforming and lifting up your energy to this new frequency we are inviting you to. We are inviting you into the master form, into the angelic form, into the fairy form, into the higher elemental forms that are forming on the earth, that are now present on the earth in the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh dimensional frequencies. We ask that you journey up and out and go to a place that you find that is inviting you. You will find yourself visiting someplace new or an old place that carries a beautiful memory of light. It can be anywhere on the earth plane, anywhere beyond the earth plane. You are now unbounded and eternally guided. You are joined by Kuan Yin, Green Tara, Hathor, Isis, White Buffalo Woman, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and the feminine energies of the light force. There may be male energies coming to join you. We are bringing onto the earth a higher frequency of divine presence now. We ask that what you are here to do and to accomplish and to achieve and to see, to embody on your journey, be given to you in strength and courage and form of words now, or ideas that will hold a resonance in your body that will carry it for you to achieve this now as you move forward in the coming weeks with wisdom. Allow the presence, only the presence of your soul, your essence, with your divine presence, to speak. You can hear it clearly. Feel the wind in the waves. Feel the rustle of your own sound, echoing, echoing. Feel the words of love now embody you in the womb of the divine presence. Move deeper and deeper into the womb of divine presence now. Feel the deeper and deeper peace of your soul, and feel the light love flowing up through the soles of your feet, all the way up through your body, out through the top of your head and beyond. You may hear some music now. As the music slowly fades, slowly disappears into the background, and what you find within your own presence is music coming to your ears of your angelic presence on earth. You are here to witness. You will find people coming to you and seeking you, seeking your presence, sometimes your wisdom, but many times just your listening ability. When you hear and you listen completely, you open up and share a greater part of your own consciousness that is actually telepathically intertwined and connected to the other to hear and share in their wisdom and their insight. You remain in your own light frequency, but you are witnessing the expansion of light. And so too will your expansion, like the lotus, open up to embrace all that is on the planet, all that is coming towards you. You are the quantum healers of light. You are biophoton particles of pure energy on the planet. You carry it with your breath. You carry it with aligning and centering. You carry it with remembering that you are God's presence on the earth. You are the aspect of God incarnated. You carry unconditional love, pure heart and compassion, pure beauty and grace and wisdom. You carry the secret coding of the universe that goes out to the cosmos to connect with all that bring us more light and more love on the planet. Surrounded in a ball of light, let the multiple colors glow and fold into you, creating more luminescence, more opaline essence within you. And begin to breathe now deeply and open your eyes and come back onto the earth plane. Bring yourself back in the fullness of your divine presence. Feel the colors wrapping around you and the waters of pure, oxygenated, ozonated water filling you again with refreshing light and energy, unbounded within your own energy field. Breathe in and breathe out and open your eyes. And when you're ready, come back and let us see yourself. Again, we would like you to share with your name. I am Taveta Grant. I thank you, thank you, thank you, divine beings, discarnate and incarnate, for the beautiful meditation we have received. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May it be blessed and multiplied 1,000-fold, as with our light and our presence on earth. Welcome back. Adriana, would you like to share your name and anything that you brought back?
I'm Andreina, and wow, I really went away. So I released some trauma from past, and it was like the beings were saying to me, there is no need for more pain in this life. Like there is an urgency, and you have said this before, but like to heal. So to really, it has been hard for me to embrace that just my presence can heal people. But they are saying there is no time. So that I need to remember all the time that my energy is needed. So I also need to take care of myself to be in that energy. So the body, taking care of my body too, to really be in balance with the energy they want me to share with people. Because, they keep saying there is no time.
Thank you. Yes, there's no time.
Yeah.
There's no time.
Yeah.
We have to walk each moment, realizing we're walking in the void, but we're walking in the light. And they're saying the void is around us. That is the void of nothing. And then the light is here and it just expands. There's no time. We are. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Wow. I could.
Yeah.
That's so empowering.
Yeah. Thank you.
Meenakshi?
The thing that I was asked to share from this,
I'm Meenakshi.
I'm Minakshi. And what I was asked to share is that when you said people will be drawn to you, I thought it would be people, but a being came to me, uh, first cloaked, and then when they revealed themselves, it looked like a Pleiadian, and gave me something that looked like a stone, and in that was written wisdom. So I was reading that and understand and trying to absorb what the full message was. And the stone or whatever that thing was very light. It opened up, and inside it there was the dark, like a rectangle, floating in a gelatinous water, heavy water, floating in heavy water. So as I'm talking, I'm wondering if it's anything to do with new technology. That's not what I thought then, though. This is what it was. What maybe because it stayed dark, and I was told that I will get more messages in my dream in an opposite way from what Andreina was saying. I'll say I was told in the fullness of time. So maybe all times and no time and everything is here right now. That's how I was feeling.
Wow. I like that because we're reminded also if we can have baths, to be in baths and to feel the water as we're in the bath uh, with light. Because when you let it go, it goes down into the earth, remember. But I think you're right about this. And let me tie it back into what Adriana said. If it's a floating black point, remember we are floating in the black nothing, and in the water, which is the light, but I think it's also technology. I think but so if we're the black floating, we're floating in our light. So it's as though we are carrying the water, we're carrying that energy. But I think new technology it's already coming with the medical beds, right? That are there. Out in Arizona, I think, right? Remember the medical beds that they have for children who've been taken out of the tunnels and trauma, and they lie on these to help them heal, because we have all that technology. We have the beamer, we have the lights that we can use. But it reminds me of the movie Wanted. Well, you may not have seen it, but it is certainly a movie. And it talks about weaving threads, and they weave threads in to create things or to release. If you haven't seen the movie Wanted with Angelo Jolie, it is quite something. And I always think of when I was in the chamber, the chamber just solid, and you go in and it's got water in it, and you can't feel anything. That when they lie down in these beds of water and they heal and they just float. And it may be something to do with the clearing of the energy as well. But it could also be, I'm getting, we want to not discount the UFOs and the other visitors that we have on the planet right now. So I'm going to leave it at that. And you've got to tell us, though, when you get the information, please.
I'm getting all ready, and I'll have to process it.
Okay.
Yes.
Tree or Anna Maria? Good.
Hi, I'm Emily. So I didn't get much mental images, but mostly a clairsentient feel. I did drifted away into the forest, and when we were going, like smelling the different plants and herbs, when we left the pine, um, I was smelling pine. I was like, I smell pine. And then he was like, and then come back to your pine. And it was a beautiful meditation. I'm just speechless. I'm all over the place. I don't know what to share and how to share, but hopefully you could grasp what I'm trying to give you. It was really good. And I really felt it was personally for me, no egos attached or anything, because you said really good keywords that resonate with me and what I'm going through. I'm 27, so I'm not sure the youngest. I'm 27, so I'm still dealing or healing from plenty of traumas. So when you said, feel the thread pulling away, and I did feel those releases, and I was smiling, and I was just really happy, and I just want to thank you. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Remember, as you're going on, to keep every night or morning, just go back into that space and keep pulling out the threads. I didn't realize that I had threads, and I listened to Lynn Waldrop recently, and she was giving a talk, and she gives a talk, and then she works on people. And when somebody else is working on someone, you can pick up that energy. And it was a time the day before when I realized something about myself. Sometimes we realize that we are so alone on our journey and different from others and excluded. Even if there's 3 people doing something, we may be separate, and that's part of our journey, and that's, our learning. And so I was going through some of my journey, and I realized that because we're in a body, we have the threads we still want to pull out sometimes, or the hooks that we dissolve or appreciate. Hi. So that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi there.
I want to say Aurora and Anne Marie they're both angels. You know, Anne Marie is young in Earth years, but such a beautiful, giving, wonderful, wonderful human being. She
Yeah, I
teaches,
can see.
she teaches, and she serves in just so many ways. She's very, very skilled, and Aurora is an angel. She's light,
Golden light.
and she's light in every way. And look at her, so full of confidence, which only an angel can have, right? From babyhood. Hi, Aurora, you remember me? No, not right this minute. Yes,
Yes.
yes, that's a yes.
She's
I
perfect
want,
name for the angel.
yes,
Yes.
very blessed. I wanted to ask you, Tavita and Anne Marie, because you mentioned threads. So you were meaning these threads not as the healing threads, but as the cords which you have to release?
Yes.
They're
Okay.
Yes.
threads. They're not even cords. They're not hooked cords. They're threads. That's what surprised me, because now it's like you get to see that we really have come in with a job that's coming up and a job that we're here on. And these threads have been intertwined through us over lifetimes, but actually over the last, they're running through our journey with our family, with our parents. They're very fine. It's kind of like the biophotons are around the cells. They're actually subatomic particles. And so these threads are linked through the subatomic particles of the cell. The cell has so many layers. And I tried to explain this back in Singapore. I talked about the genome would come out, but I didn't have a name for it. And then I could see, because we keep taking away all this stuff, because we're really pure divine consciousness. And in body, we come down and we just take layers of things on to be in the physical body, to be here. So there are cords, there are hooks, there are threads, and these are really fine. They go so deep, they go into the womb. And I had 2 days of really just kind of every once in a while crying deep, but not tears of trauma, tears of
Relief.
yeah, you just, yeah, different. Yeah. So strange, because one thinks one's clear and getting clear, but then you have this and this. But when you hit the fact that you are journeying alone and you go on I went to Tibet, I went to Peru, I went to someplace else, and there were 3 of us and they left me. I was lost in Peru in the market. I almost didn't get home. I went to Tibet and I was on my own because they went off and climbed mountains, and it was fine. But then at certain deep level, you realize I wasn't alone. I was with Source. But then when you're back in your body again and you're with people, you realize, yes, I was left alone. And why was that? And that was to gain greater strength, greater understanding that I am carrying such unconditional love and compassion and wisdom, and it's okay. And we don't have to carry ego, but we can share or we can listen. And we're loved, completely, utterly loved, because we're just a particle of Source,
Yeah.
God consciousness.
Tavita, also the feeling I'm getting is because you must have become invisible to them at that moment. Because I've seen it from my childhood that you would speak and people would hear you, but they would think they heard their own voice, and they said exactly what I had said a second ago, but they said it as if they were saying it as if they had not heard me.
Yes,
So
that's
I realize that sometimes you really become invisible and inaudible to people, so they weren't really leaving you.
right. I must have been there somehow. Oh, you made it here. Have a pisco. Yes, it was. It's true, because when you're quiet, and that's the telepathy that we are, because we don't have to say anything, because we carry the light thoughts, and if we stay in that, they pick it up. Because now you can't distinguish between me and my husband, or who said it first, or who's picking up what energy my daughter's picking up, or my son. It gets confusing
And in the
sometimes.
same way, what I said, I must have heard it from someone else. That's
Yes,
where words come from. So they came
right.
through. I don't know if, and Andreina also has Maria who wants to share, but maybe Tree first.
Tree, are you there?
Sorry, yes, I'm here. Hi, I am Tree, and I passed. I don't really want to talk today.
Okay, good. That's fine. I know exactly where you are. Good. Okay. Anybody else have something to share?
Hi, my name is Maria. I'm here with Andreina, and I connected with her in the meditation. Thank you so much. As soon as you said detox is what I'm feeling very strongly to start tomorrow. I have, yeah, I haven't been really taking really good care of my body, and I need it. I feel I need it for all the work that I'm doing. I really need to be in that space. I tend to carry a lot. I'm very strong, but I also tend to carry a lot of weight, even though I have resources to give, to shed this weight and everything, I think I'm carrying more than I should be carrying. And detox is exactly what I needed. And when you said to go somewhere in nature or somewhere, I just went immediately to a drop of water on the pine needle up in the tree. And it was a womb made out of the drop of water. It was beautiful to be there. And I was me in the smallest particle, in the small little drop of water. I was held there. And it was because there was sunshine, it was, the colors of the rainbow, but it was not exactly rainbow, but colors were like filtrating through that womb. And I heard your voice like if I was in the womb, and your voice came through like with that layers between, what I feel it could be heard when you're inside the womb. And when you said that the goddesses, the divine mother, in the presences that you said, Kuan Yin and Mother Mary and all of them, and you mentioned the womb, I was there in the womb. That was very, very beautiful. Towards the end, I felt very relaxed, and I could feel the plants. I love plants. I work with herbs, so I love to be in their presence. Thank you for bringing them in that way. And towards the end, it was funny because I was in some space, like let's say a healing center, but it was like a kitchen. And there were like chairs, and I stood up, and there was a guy that took like a folder, like a binder, a big binder. And he was part of this work we were doing together. And he just looked at my face, and we smiled, the brightest smile. He smiled with his eyes. He had black hair, a little bit like brown color. And he was like really, I think he was an angel. I think he was definitely someone from another dimension. And we just smiled, looked at each other's eyes, and then I came back. It's like, that was really cool.
Thank you. That is beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. As we're going on, just remember that these, the plants that I gave you are at the present recommended, along with vitamin D, sun, quercetin, magnesium, zinc, to make sure, and vitamin C, of course, to make sure that your body clears itself. And because, well, and if you're in a state of pure grace, if you can move yourself back into that state, you just breathe in those energies around you. And that's what this is telling you. If you can't go and get something, you are able to link to any frequency you want. Limbic arc, if you go and see limbic arc, if you go and see some of these other technologies that are coming out, and that were out actually a long time ago, light frequencies that you put a picture under light and thing. You can connect to these. You can connect to Reiki. You can connect to spatial light, magnified healing, network spinal analysis, and bring in those energies as you're doing a quick body meditation to do your clearing. So don't carry the heavy energies. Just brush them out with some, they say sound. The sound is important to go for a few minutes and And that sound helps clear out the heavy energies that a lot of people are carrying.
Mhm. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else have anything to share? Meenakshi?
Nothing else right now. I'm just absorbing everything. The only thing I don't know if it's, uh, you were talking about having, of being in a bath, bathtub, I suppose. And my Ayurveda doctor keeps telling me to do that. And I tell her, well, I don't have a bathtub, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So now, Andreina and Maria, watch out because I'm going to come to one of you.
Well, that's good. You've got a pool, but it's not quite the same thing.
Yeah, it's not the same thing because you have to be slightly moving. But actually, no, maybe I'll just float. I think maybe that's what that message that came to me. Just float
Yeah.
in the pool. Yeah.
Yeah, the pool. And the pool, even though it may be chlorinated or whatever, which I used to have trouble with, actually serves as a purpose at this moment, as you may or may not know, because of the things that are going on around us, the transmission. Remember, people can transmit, and they don't just transmit negative energy of moods, they are now transmitting negative energy of the physical. And so we want to keep ourselves clear, energy free. And that's why we cleanse the body and the mind as well. So, the angels and the little one, are reminding me to please keep calling on the angels and the fairies. The fairies are very interesting because I used to love fairies, and they told me this morning, to keep reminding people that they're here. And they connect with the plants, a lot with the plants, and they connect with us in different ways. They can be feisty. They're not angels. So, but I am here to remind you that when they are feisty and they do bring other things, that is for you to stand back, look at what's happening, gain the insight and the lesson, laugh, and move forward and share it. So that's very interesting. I guess that's like I had to spend an extra hour and had a restless sleep along with my husband trying to find Lizzie, who had gone and hidden at night because he was tired and we hadn't put him to bed. Yes, so if I had just taken a moment and looked harder with the flashlight where I thought he was and couldn't see him, and that's my lesson. Take the moment and breathe and do what you need to do.
I want to share one thing because you said that about the fairies. Because a very interesting thing happened to me today. Andreina and Maria and everyone, I hope you all are listening because it was really interesting. I was in the garden and I was watering the garden, and I'm wearing this brown kind of a thing, and I was sort of leaning on the parapet on there's a little fence, and suddenly I felt behind me as if something plopped on me and then scampered down my arm, and I saw that it was a green anole. That green lizard. In my normal human self, I would have shrieked. But I was in such a peaceful, happy space because being in nature, and she was so beautiful. And she didn't look scared either. I mean, that was I would have been so scared in another lifetime. But no, it was just so, I was just wondering, And I did see that sometimes a fairy can come as an animal.
Well, the animals, this is something else I was to mention.
Oh,
The animals are shifting their consciousness, which we know because we can see it, right? And when you are in really high resonance of grace and beauty, you resonate with the animals. So your resonance was a real space of deep calm, deep centered divine grace that you resonated with the animal, with the lizard. And the fairy brought it to you, and the lizard brought itself to you. That is so perfect today. Wow. And that happened to me because a lizard got in our house. And yesterday morning, I was looking down in the kitchen, and normally that lizard's in the living room, and he's there. I thought, I'll go down and pick him up and put him out. He just moved. He wasn't afraid of me. It was like he normally runs away. So I think our energies are getting more balanced, more deeply calm, more deeply loving, with the grace and wisdom and beauty. It has to be that. And that is bringing a balance around us. So thank you. That's beautiful. Okay, if there's nothing else, we'll close. And if you'd like to unclose and say it as I go, just say ah, ah, ah while we're going. And as we close, we are actually opening today to the divine presence within all of us, giving great thanks and great wonder to what's coming in the days ahead as we honor ourself and our right relationship within ourself and to others. So with a deep breath in, as it is, it will always be light, more and more light, more and more light. And so be it. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day and a great week.
thank you so much, Taveta, Andrina, Maria, Tree, and
Thank
Marie Aurora.
you.
Thank you, Aurora.